Good evening, sports fans. Got a great game for you tonight. I'm Eric Thompson. I'll be calling the play-by-play and color commentary. Got a production crew here ready to go. Taking a couple of warm-up pitches. Samuel Bailey on the mound for the Newton Falls Tigers. Labrae battery is ready to go as well. A couple of practice swings on the sideline. We've got 68 degrees at first pitch. Perfectly blue skies, no wind, not a cloud to be seen for 15 miles towards center field, and that's it. Field conditions are pretty good for the amount of rain that we've had over the last week. Had probably about 3 inches of rain over the past 5 days. Just down the right field line in both fair and foul territory, there's standing water. It's shallow right field. Left field, it's in foul territory. The ground is very soft in the outfield. The infield looks great. Taking good care of the infield, and that's very typical for an all dirt infield. Umpires behind the catcher. Infielders finish their infield warm-ups. 1 or 2 more pitches. They'll do coming down. Throw that ball to second. Give the catcher test his arm, and it'll be batter up. Bailey's fastball looks good. Tigers coming off of a couple of good games. They are ready to go. You can sense the excitement.
The camera we're on right now, it perfectly cuts off the pitcher's head. Is that a problem? All right, yeah, I thought so, because that's supposed to be the best.
This will be the last warm-up pitch. Throws it down to second. It'll go around the horn and back to the pitcher. Brogan Collins will be the first batter for Labrae. He's their catcher, number 5. Labrae wearing their red away uniforms with the white pinstripes. Newton Falls, the gray pants, orange shirts for their home uniforms. Everybody is set. The batter takes his place in the box, and it's play ball. First pitch, a fastball low for ball 1. Brogan taking signs from his third base coach. Bailey delivers the pitch. Low ball 2. Outfield playing straight away. Infield playing deep. There's the ping of the ball after that aluminum bat to third base. On 2 hops, fires over to first for 1 out. Now batting number 11. For Labrae, takes a strike. His name is Owen Boone. Boone, the center fielder for the Vikings. Watches low to even the count at 1-1. Just over the outside corner, swing, catches just a little bit of it, sticks in the catcher's glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third base coach doesn't seem to change the sign at all for this next offering. Called strike 3 right over the plate at the knees. Tigers celebrate with a little round the horn on that strikeout. Jordan McCartney now, the batter. Comes up to the plate, left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher for Newton Falls.
Yeah.
Not sure how the catcher missed that. It was right down the middle for a called strike. McCartney just watching that one. Bailey gets ahead of the count this time with 1 strike. It's a nice crack of the bat, goes up the middle. McCartney beats the throw to first base by half a step. That grounder just out of the reach of the pitcher, who was still bent over in his follow-through. As the sun sets here, the right-handed batters will have a little bit of trouble with the sun being in their face. Right now, the bill of the hat still protects them, but as time goes on, that sun sets. It's right in line. McCartney takes his lead at first. Bailey throws high and outside. Throw down to first. Keep McCartney honest down there. Takes a little extra step on his lead. That ball swung on and popped foul out of play over the third base dugout. Ethan Powell, the catcher, lets his pitcher know that that lead is getting kind of big at first base. So Newton Falls pitcher fakes the throw to first, holding him back. He takes a couple extra steps, and Powell throws down to first again. Almost had him that time. Freshman Trevor Rusko is the first baseman, doing a good job of holding McCartney, the runner, close. Runner goes from first to second on a pass ball. He rounds second. Pitcher Powell picks the ball up at the backstop. It's 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. That force out at second is gone now. He likely would have made that even if the catcher had held on to that. He got a great jump. And here's the windup and the pitch. Strike at the letters. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody's holding the runner now. Second baseman cheats a little bit over towards second and then gives up. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Tigers retire the side with just 1 hit, 1 pass ball where the runner advanced to second. No harm.
Oh, which one did you want? The run hits errors?
The Tigers will come in. They'll be at bat.
I pressed on the other line.
And the Vikings will take the field. Batting first for the Newton Falls Tigers is freshman Cameron Huff. Cameron, the left fielder, digs into the batter's box. McCartney on the mound for the Vikings delivers a pitch. It's grounded straight up the middle to center field, and a solid hit for the first pitch of the Vikings side of the inning.
At bat number 27, Ethan Powell.
Another freshman, Ethan Powell, coming to the plate. I'll watch the runner at first as he takes a lead, trying to get to second base to eliminate the force out. I'm going to try and hold him there. There's a throw over to first. McCartney, the pitcher, watching the runner closely. Strike right over the plate. 0-1, no swing at that. Watching for the second pitch. The runner at first, a big distraction. And there's another grounder to second. Could turn a double play, gets him out at second and out at first. These teams work on that play, that exact play, over and over and over and over, and it's nice to see when it pays off. It's very satisfying to turn that double play and takes all the pressure off of a pitcher, a young pitcher, especially this early in the season. Everything's new. There's a curveball to Labrae. Gino Labrae, number 3, a junior, takes that curveball for strike one. The curveball just didn't catch the plate. It was outside. As the left-hander steps back in, counts 1-1 with 2 outs. That ball broke inside. I don't know how he didn't throw, or rather didn't swing at that. That was That ball had a lot of movement. 2-1. Strike two over the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a nice hit. Line drive goes past the shortstop into left center field. Zari rounds first, but is held at first as the ball comes into second.
At bat number 32.
Now batting, Trevor Rusko, the batter. He's a first baseman for the Tigers. Right-hander, steps in, measures his bat to the plate. And they've got another runner at first to distract the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Had a low outside pitch for strike one. Pitcher watching the first base runner. He looks ready to go. Ball inside. That catcher pops up, ready to throw to first, but didn't have to as the runner got back to the bag quickly. Rusko steps in with the count 1-1. Ball just a little bit high. Ball 2.
Yep. They go.
It's a ground ball to third base. Hard hit. Throw over to first, and it's in time to get the third out. Vikings retire the Newton Falls Tigers. Just a couple hits, no stolen bases. Nice pitch count, and both teams remain scoreless. Now batting for Labrae, Ashton Dunbar. Dunbar watches the first pitch come in right over the middle of the plate. Holden Hansel, the pitcher for the Tigers. Throws a little low outside pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hansel winds up and offers the pitch. Dunbar watches low. Ball 2, 1 strike. with nobody on. Infield plays deep, outfield straight away. That one got away from him. That was ball 3. That was low and outside. Holden Hansel, the junior, had great control in the first inning, and is now 3-1 on Dunbar. Fouls that off into the catcher. Strike 2, full count. Catcher needed to walk that off. Takes the pitch, instead of throwing, he takes the pitch back to the mound. Full count pitch comes outside, ball 4. There's not enough padding on a catcher, even with all the padding he has, the helmet, chest protector, shin guards, the steel-toed shoes, everything they offer. It's just not enough. That ball always seems to find an area that's not covered, not padded. Labrae has a runner at first base. Now batting number 3. Kobe Airwick takes ball 1 outside. Hansel watches the runner at first. Pass ball, outside pitch. The runner advances to second without a throw. Shortstop cheating in a little bit behind the runner, trying to hold him closer to second, but nobody really holding him there. And the third pitch to Airwick is a ball. 3-0. The runner at second, first base wide open. That pitch perfectly placed inside, right at the knees for a strike, 3-1. Airwick adjusts his glove, adjusts his helmet, adjusts his feet, and he's back in the box to take ball 4, high and inside. Puts runners at first and second base. With no one out. The batter, Riley Davidson, swings and misses at the first pitch. It's a left-hander. Pitcher watches the runner at second, focuses on the batter, throws low and outside to even the count at 1-1. Looks like he tried to throw a breaking ball that just didn't cut. Left it outside. Ball 2. Runners will be going at the crack of the bat. 3 balls, 1 strike, with that pitch being a little bit inside and a little bit high. Lefties lined up. Outfield still playing straight away. And there's a strike right down the middle. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is now full. Here's the full count offering. That popped straight up and over the backstop. Into the yard across the street. The kids will get that. Count's still full. Here's the pitch. Outside. The runner at second took off on the pitch. Runner at first held, but it was ball 4 to load the bases. Coach Rankin calls time for the Tigers. Walks out for a conference on the mound. Christian Hott, the batter for the Labrae Vikings. Christian's the right fielder. He's batting in the 8th spot, and he comes to the plate. It's a good position for a freshman to prove his worth to the team. The bases are loaded, nobody out. The infield now playing in at double play depth. Everybody's in. Outfield straight away. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside. Ball 1. I would imagine the signal is to take. As long as the Newton Falls pitcher is throwing balls, might as well take them. That pitch dead over the plate, and it pops into shallow right center field where it drops, scoring a run and leaving the bases loaded. That ball just out of reach. Looks like it landed in some mud, the umpire trading balls with the pitcher. Gives that to the home team, dry it off, replace it. That outfield is wet, feels like wet carpet. Very soggy as you walk across it. As I did before the game, the water just oozes up. Nate Goldner, the batter now. Takes ball 1. Fouls that one straight back over the backstop. Goldner, the second baseman for the Vikings, with his count 1-1, watches the pitch come in high and outside, puts him ahead in the count 2-1. Bases still loaded. Not worrying about holding the runners, as the guys at first and second have nowhere to go. You sure don't want to make your first out at home, so the third base runner will hold. That pitch low and inside for ball 3. Holden Hansel really struggling this half inning after such a stellar performance in the first half of the first inning. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Nice pitch inside. Kind of jammed up the batter. That count is full. A lot of full counts. There's the pitch. It's a grounder to third. Throw comes home. Forced at home. The runner is out. Leaves the bases loaded. Perfectly executed play. That play is taught at every single level, beginning at the lowest level of Little League. Know where you're going to throw the ball if it comes to you. And that third baseman for Newton Falls knew exactly what to do. It was an excellent play. He grabbed that grounder and threw it straight home for the force. Back to the top of Labrae's batting order. Number Number 5, Brogan Collins, the catcher, comes to the plate and takes ball 1. He awaits the second pitch, which is delivered. High and outside for ball 2. Runners take their lead. Collins wanted that one, but he held up the swing, and the umpire called it a strike, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the shortstop and the second baseman are playing a little deeper. First and third baseman are playing in. Outfield straight away, looking for a double play. 3 balls, 1 strike. Double play is often referred to as the pitcher's helper, and it sure would be a big help to Hansel right now, as he got himself in trouble loading the bases. And there's a straight shot down the right field line that goes foul. Count is full at 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Right.
Collins steps in. Hansel winds up to deliver. Collins hits the ball. It's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder gets under it, makes the catch, throws it in, overthrows the cutoff man, leaving runners at second and third with 2 outs. The run scores. Puts the Vikings up 2-0. Cameron Hunt, number 7, the left fielder. Excellent job of camping out under that ball and making the catch. Showed the strength of his arm by throwing all the way home on 1 hop. Now batting number 11, Owen Boone takes low and outside. That ball skips into the glove of the catcher. 1 ball. No strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third, leaves first base vacant. The force out is gone. Every infielder now knows as they're playing deep that the play is at first base. Oh, and we have a hit batsman. That hits him square in the back. And as that ball comes in at that speed, boy, all you can do is turn and flinch. But he wasn't hurt. He ran down to first base. That loads the bases. Now, this changes your defense a little bit because the play is at any base, the nearest base. Left fielder Jordan McCarty steps in, takes the first pitch very high. Nice job by the catcher stopping that. It's ball 1. Again, bases loaded, play anywhere. Here's the pitch to the left-handed batter. Ball skips in front of the plate for ball 2. And Coach Rankin calls timeout again as he approaches the mound. And that means with the second timeout and second visit to the mound, he needs to change pitchers. So Hansel comes out of the game. We'll see who the new pitcher is in just a moment. I take that back. Hansel is not coming out of the game. He's just changed gloves to go to a different position. Rankin still holding the ball, waiting for his pitching replacement to come to the mound. Owen Gazda, the sophomore, is coming into pitch. He's number 21. He'll take a few warm-up pitches.
Yeah, I can put that up right now.
The home plate umpire will wander out to the mound at this point. As the pitcher takes his last couple warm-up pitches. You'll see this every time there's a pitching change. The umpire will approach the pitcher, tell him the count, how many outs, and remind him that the bases are loaded. Make sure he's ready to go. He appears to be. Jordan McCartney, the batter for Labrae, number 6, approaches the plate. And we'll see Owen Gazda take the mound with the bases full of runners and 2 outs. There are 2 balls. And his first pitch is ball 3. The count's 3-0.
I had it changed. It's just
The Tigers certainly cannot afford to walk a run in. It's one thing when a guy hits and earns a run, but boy, a walk. And that's exactly what happens. As McCartney is walked, he takes his base on 4 straight pitches. 2 from Gazda, and the leftover 2 from Hansel, who's now playing right field. Simpson, the batter, Dylan Simpson, comes in, takes strike 1. Did a nice job of not swinging at that. That ball comes in, looks like a beach ball when it comes in about eye high. Everybody wants to swing at that. It looks like such an easy target. Good job of holding up. Davidson hits the ball. It's a deep hit to center field. Center fielder gets under it, catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. No more runs score. Labrae leads now 3 to Newton Falls 0. And quite frankly, Newton Falls is quite fortunate that it's only 3 runs. It could have been a lot worse. They did a good job on defense. And now they'll come in and see if they can warm up their own bats. Try and catch up with the Vikings. 3-0 in the middle of the 2nd inning.
that's from my house.
Holden Hansel takes his position in the batter's box. His bat is up and back, waiting for McCartney's pitch from the Vikings mound. He does a good job of getting out of the way. That's a tough pitch to get away from, coming in right at the shoulders. That's inside ball one, way inside. Low ball two, good eye for Hansel. Hansel hits one straight out to right field, right at the letters. He pops that thing out. Very well hit, but high enough that the right fielder for the Vikings has a chance to get under it, catch it, make the play for 1 out. Owen Gazda, the sophomore, number 21, comes to the plate, batting right-handed. Looks at McCartney on the mound and readies himself for the first pitch. Ball's high. Ball just a little bit high, but it's still in the strike zone. That's strike one, ball one. Pitch is just a little bit high, but like I talked about before, that ball that comes in like a beach ball when it's a little high, it looks huge. He swings at that and fouls it back to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Those are hard to lay off. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. You can see the replay of that. That ball just breaks outside. You just can't reach it. Now batting. Number 1, Nick Rapsack. Takes ball 1 high. It's 2 outs for the Tigers. Rapsack represents the starting top of the order. And watches strike 1 come across the plate. 1-1 the count. Ball in the exact same position for strike 2. Now he gets behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He's got to buckle down, maybe crowd the plate a little. Here's the pitch. That breaking ball cut just before it got to the plate, keeping it out of the strike zone. That's a great pitch. Very difficult to hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 3rd out. Here's a replay of that. You can see that ball just go outside. It's out of reach. Nothing you can do about it. Labrae holds their lead, holding the Newton Falls Tigers to 0.
Isn't that the correct name for everyone?
Well, Jake Ecker from Labrae's not here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that.
Ashley.
How do you spell that?
S-H-L-Y-N.
I-L-N?
L-Y-N.
L-Y-N.
And what, Ashley, what's your last name? Evan, what's your last name?
Vikings head coach James Bailey moves to third base to coach. He'll be giving signals
No, I asked her twice and I still got it wrong.
to Ashton Dunbar, the first batter of the half inning. Gazda still on the mound for the Tigers. It's the top of the third inning. First pitch is a very nice hard thrown strike. Gazda with the windup and the pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike two. There's a low ball. He digs in and hits that to the shortstop as a grounder. Shortstop fires over to first base, catches him by a step and a half for the first out. There's a replay. You can see how hard hit that ball is. And it was low. It was at the knees. Did a nice job of turning that into a hit ball, but couldn't keep it away from the defense. Kobe Airwick, the batter, takes ball one high and inside. Gazda with the pitch. That off-speed pitch comes in high, looks huge, and there's a swing and a miss. Counts 1-1. There's a foul ball, goes back to the backstop on the third base side. Bounces around like a pinball, comes back to the catcher, back to the pitcher, and here we are. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Quick trip out to the mound for the catcher. A little word of encouragement perhaps for his pitcher Gazda.
For us, it's hope they pitch fast enough for the end.
Davidson, the batter for the Vikings, comes in, takes ball one. Little high outside pitch. The second pitch of this at bat is a strike that is fouled off out of play down the third base side into the seats. Trying to keep the balls dry is a full-time job tonight. These foul balls that end up in water. Two balls, 1 strike on the bat. Gazda pitching from the stretch, fires the pitch. It comes in with a swing and a miss to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs, the enthusiasm is raised just a bit. Twin Falls players leaning on the bench. Watch ball 3 to make the count full. Full count, 2 outs. Everybody encouraging their pitcher, watching for the strike. He wanted a piece of that, but managed to hold off, restrain the throw, and took ball 4 high. Now batting, number 9, Hot. Airwick runs. The throw down to second is off the bag, and the steal is successful. Puts a runner at second base. He wasted no time. Davidson wasted no time at all getting from first to second. Hot, the lefty, steps in. Here's the pitch. Comes inside to him. He backs out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, he watches strike 2. Nobody doing anything to hold the runner at second. We've seen his speed and his propensity to go. That pitch right over the plate, but fouled back over the third base dugout. Nearly hits a passing car. I don't know if that's extra points or not. Well, that pitch looked about a foot off the plate, but the umpire has the last word, and that was strike 3.
At bat number 11, Alan Pennington.
Number 11, Alex Pennington, the junior, steps to the plate to start the bottom of the third inning for the Newton Falls Tigers. The wind has picked up a little bit coming in directly from center field. Those clouds that were very far off in the distance are moving closer, but no rain expected. First pitch is outside. That's a ball. You may hear that wind across this microphone a little bit. There's a swing and a miss. A perfectly placed pitch to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Two-one count. There's a ball that's deep hit to center field, just to the right of center field. Very high, gives him plenty of time to camp out under that and make the catch for the first out. You can see how he swings at that pitch up around the letters, just above his elbows, and smacks that thing way high out into center field. That's what happens with those high pitches. Now batting is Carter Rapzak. Carter took that first breaking ball as he ducked out of the way, and it kind of came back in toward the plate. That was ball 1, and there was strike 1. And he swings, tips that back to the backstop for 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch comes in that high, you either hit it back to the backstop or you hit it very high into the air in fair territory and gives the defense plenty of time to get under it and make the out. 1-2 count. There's the pitch. He reached for the outside pitch and fouled that back to stay alive. Still 1 ball, 2 outs with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's that curveball, comes in across the plate, looks like it's going to hit you. And at the last second, it breaks over into the strike zone for a called strike 3.
Number 22, Cam Huff.
Number 22, Cameron Huff, comes to the plate with 2 outs. Digs in with those cleats. Awaits the first pitch, which comes. There's that curveball, that nasty curveball. You're going to watch that again. If we get a chance, we'll bring that up again. That curveball's something hard to hit. There it is again, strike 2. With an 0-2 count, the pitcher can afford to kind of dance around the plate a little bit, which he does. Comes in high for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. There it is, another curveball. Looks like it'll be right over the plate. Curves outside beyond his reach, and Huff goes down swinging. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, both teams have 6 hits. The difference is the Vikings have turned 3 of those hits and a number of walks into 3 runs. So 3-0, Vikings over the Tigers.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor 'cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite plans, 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 plans. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. Cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, hey,
Now batting for the Vikings, number 14 comes to the plate, takes the first pitch and fouls it down the third base line. Watches inside for ball 2. Number 14 is Goldner. Swings and fouls that ball into the catcher. Takes it just out of reach of the glove. You can see the kindness of the umpire. Gives his catcher a little bit of time to recover from being smacked around back there. He'll clean the plate. Even though it didn't need to be cleaned. Then check on the catcher. You know, catcher is a umpire's first line of defense. There's a hit straight up and back. Goes over the backstop into foul territory. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goldner steps in. Takes ball 2. 2-2. Another one fouled straight back over the backstop. Two and two count. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 3 without a swing. So Goldner goes down looking, and that takes us back up to the top of the order as the catcher. Brogan Collins comes into bat. Collins with 1 out takes his first pitch. It's high, ball 1. Owen Gazda on the mound, doing a good job for the Tigers. Offers the second pitch of the at-bat for ball 2. That pitch is a little bit high for ball 3. He dances out of the way of that one, takes ball 4, and takes his spot at first base. Now batting number 11, Owen Boone. Watching that catcher, who's now at first base, take off on the pitch, and he gets a great jump and barely makes it into second with a head first dive. He's safe at second. These Vikings runners are wasting no time going on first pitches when second base is open. Nobody holding him as he takes a big lead. Line drive, first baseman snags it. Nobody at second to take the throw for the possible double play, but the runner was back in plenty of time. Good heads-up play, though. He knew exactly what to do once he caught that ball. So that's 2 outs. And there's the runner, goes again. Head first slide, and he's in safe. A timeout for the shortstop to tie his shoes. Gives us a chance to just review again. Labrae leads 3-0 with now a runner at third base, but 2 outs. McCartney, the batter, takes a nice pitch over the plate, grounds it into right field, where the right fielder slips and falls, and he's down and stays down. He may be injured. And turns that into a triple as he goes to third base. Timeout on the field as it looks as though we have an injured player. I talked about that, that turf out there being wet, just soaking wet. Now the other players are signaling for the coach to come out. The way he fell, it's a lot of pulled muscles. Yeah, right where he fell, that field is just mushy. It's very soggy out there with all the rain that we've had of late. There's just to the right of his position is standing water, so you can imagine all the water from the infield drains to the outfield. So Coach Rankin takes a walk out the right field to check on his injured player, who is still down on the ground. He's up on one knee now. You can see from the mud on his uniform pants where he went down how soggy and wet that is out there. That injured player is Holden Hansel. He's a number 13, the junior. He's the starting pitcher of this game. Got a chance to get to know Holden a little bit during basketball season. He comes to every basketball game with loads of enthusiasm. He's now standing and walking on his own. Looks to be okay. We sure hope he's all right. He really does come with a lot of enthusiasm, leads the student section in cheers, and is always there to support the athletes. That's nice. Both teams give him a round of applause as he returns to his position. Looks like he'll stay in the game. Maybe less injury and more wet. Well, that play scored a run. So the score is now 4-0. And coming to the plate is number 4. Number 4 is Dylan Simpson. Simpson's the third baseman for the Vikings. Takes his position in the batter's box. He's about a step and a half toward the pitcher. Watches a perfectly placed down the middle pitch come in for a strike. He's up in the front of the box, closer to the pitcher. And he grounds the ball down third base. Oh, it's bobbled. And he will get to first base without a throw, scoring another run. That's 5-0. He would score that E5, I believe. That was a hot grounder, hard to handle. Next batter is number 2 for Labrae. Hits a ball to right center field where it's caught by the center fielder for the third out of the inning. But Labrae puts 2 more on the board. The score, as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, is Labrae 5, Newton Falls Tigers 0. I hear an echo, and I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's coming from.
Coming from Tom's call. He has speakers so he can hear you.
Okay. It sounds like it's, I mean, you know, only the left side works, but it sounds like it's coming from over there somewhere, yeah.
Cut it out, best part.
Back number 27, Ethan Powell.
Number 27 for the Tigers, Ethan Powell, comes to the plate to the Baby Shark walk-up music. Not sure if these guys picked their own music or not. Ethan is a freshman. He steps in, digs in, ready to face the Vikings' first pitch. It's off the plate, but just barely for ball one. Ball comes in a little high, surprises Ethan if he looks back at the umpire. Comes in above the letters. His surprise is probably right, but justified. But gives the umpire a thumbs up and steps in to take the third pitch, which is a ball off the plate, outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. My vantage is just behind the umpire at the backstop, and I can see the batter's face when he turns around and looks at the umpire. There's a swing. Clips just a tiny piece of that ball as it gets into the catcher's mitt. He squeezes it tight to make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a ground ball, sharply hit to the shortstop, who bobbles it, throws over to first. He pulls his foot as the throw is offline just a tad, and it's enough to make the first base runner safe. And you saw when he ran out of bounds after rounding first base, the splash from the water over there. That water is about 3 inches deep. But it's in foul territory, so just hope the players are aware of that as they run over to catch a foul ball over there. Now coming to bat, the left-hander. The runner at first takes his lead. There's a high fly ball hit to center field. Center fielder waits the catch. He then bobbles the ball on the transfer. He dropped it, but the ball was already caught for an out. Runner holds at first. Number 32, Trevor Rusko, the batter now. Trevor, a freshman. He steps in, ready to swing. Throw to first, holding the runner. Gets back safe, diving in. The runner at first takes a bigger lead. Catcher whips it down to first base. Runner back in plenty of time. Next pitch, a strike on the outside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball inside. There's a nice fastball that just came in off the plate a little bit. Thrown so hard, pitcher lost his hat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball high. 3 balls, 1 strike. I'm watching the runner at first base as his lead gets a little bit bigger each time, about a step more each time as they don't throw to first. I don't know that they're not worried about him, but they don't seem to be. Pitcher now digging a big hole in front of the rubber. Throwing from the stretch. There's a foul ball over the first base dugout all the way to the tennis courts. There's a full count. This time you can count on that runner at first taking off on the pitch. There is only 1 out, so the only thing he has to worry about is a fly ball being caught. Ball 4 hits him, and that allows the runner at first to go to second. a timeout called. This Labrae coach wants to talk to his pitching staff. His infield comes in for the conference. Looks like Coach Rankin is making a change to the batting order. As he notifies both the umpire and the Vikings staff. Holden Hansel's going to come out of the game. And now coming in.
At number 50, Brian Lick.
Number 50 comes in to bat for the Newton Falls Tigers with runners at first and second and just one out. Runner at second takes a big lead. Second baseman cheats in to hold him. And the first pitch is fouled back to the tennis courts over the first base dugout. The breeze has calmed down a little bit, not coming in as strongly as it was earlier. Number 50 steps in, awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. It's 0-2 with one out. Big lead at second, smaller lead at first. Well, that pitch came in, looked a little bit high. Didn't look as inside as the batter's reaction would show. I don't know if we can show that again.
At bat number 21, Owen Gazda.
Owen Gazda comes to the plate with two outs. Runners at first and second. A hit here would do some damage as that runner at second takes a big lead. Straight down the middle, taken for a strike. That ball is high as the catcher jumps to catch that one. Nice stop. 1-1 the count. That pitch fouled back for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The runners have free rein now. They can run at the crack of the bat. Big lead at second. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, leaving 2 stranded. The Vikings still up 5-0 over the Tigers.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Let's kick it. No, don't kick it.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention. Something that's a whole
Eric Thompson with the rap.
like a hawk daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll go. Extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance. Speaker that moves. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. When I play a big melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Don't leave it. You better gain weight. You better hit wheels out of kid don't play. If it was a problem, yo, I saw it. Check out the book while my DJ was off. no faking. Cooking them seeds like a pound of bacon. Fucking them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Roll it. With my 5.0, with my rack top down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waiting just to say hi. This is no, I just drove, I kept on. Pursuing to the next stop. I must have left and I'm headed to the next job. Dead, yo, so I can be able,
Eric, apparently you don't sound like you on air. You don't sound like you on air.
It's me.
It's him.
Does it look like me? Ask her if it looks like me.
Now batting for the Labrae Vikings, number 3. Kobe Airwick swings and misses at the first pitch. In the top of the 5th inning, that pitch catches the inside corner. Batter nods in agreement. 2 strikes. There's a foul back to the screen. Remains 0 balls, 2 strikes. Airwick steps back in, takes the 0-2 offering. That's called strike 3. One out now, the left-hander comes to the plate. Shows bunt, and he fouls it down the third baseline. That's number 12, Dylan Simpson. Newton Falls was all over that. Doesn't show bunt yet. And now takes an inside pitch for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. No sign of a bunt that time. Infielders are playing deep. Another foul, full swing. That foul goes over the third base dugout, where it hits a car and startles a fan walking over there. Heads up, folks.
Got a truck.
No windshields yet, though. There's ball 2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Nobody on. Nice high strike. Fouled back to the screen. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is a long fly ball that goes all the way to the fence. It hits the fence on the way down. The runner comes in to second base, slides to take the double, and is tagged out. Nice job by the center fielder to scoop that ball up and get it right in with a perfectly placed throw. We could probably see that again. That ball came in wet, a little rough. That outfield's really soggy. So new dry ball is in the pitcher's hand. He offers it to the batter. Strike 1. The batter is Christian Hott. He is the freshman. Stands in with an 0-1 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a little dribbler, lands in front of first base. It's bobbled by the catcher, who throws it down to first. The first baseman misses, and the runner is safe on a ball that traveled about 1 foot in front of the bag. He swung hard at that, but it went straight down, hit the plate, and dribbled out in front of the plate. And ends up being a single. There's a hot grounder that goes right under the glove of the Newton Falls third baseman. Left fielder's there to scoop it up, get it into the cutoff man, the shortstop, who walks it back in toward the mound. With 2 outs, Labrae suddenly has runners at first and second. Now batting Labrae's top of the order, Brogan Collins. Takes the first pitch for a strike over the outside corner. And there's another grounder down the third baseline that goes just foul. No balls, 2 strikes. And there is a high fly ball deep in right field that goes all the way to, it's over the fence. That is a home run. Hard to see from my vantage point that I thought it landed at the base of the fence. It was just barely over the fence, but just barely is enough to add 3 runs with 2 outs. That's damaging. Brogan Collins with a home run. A 3-run dinger. How about that? Still 2 outs. Gazda throws the first pitch high for ball 1. Second pitch also high, ball 2, a little higher. Owen Boone, the batter for Labrae, ahead 2-0 in the count. Gazda winds up, here's the pitch. And it hits Boone. Boone takes his base. He is at first. We'll call that the meaty part of the upper thigh, as he stands at first base and kind of rubs out the pain. Catcher goes out to talk to Gazda, calm him down a little bit. The Tigers have let a lot of damage occur with 2 outs in this half inning. Powell comes back in as the catcher. The pitch is line shot to center field, where a diving catch is made. A heroic play that definitely saved a run, because that runner was all the way to third base and had rounded third base when the out was made. In the middle of the 5th inning, we are looking at a shutout of 8-0, Vikings over Tigers.
At bat number 1, Nick Rapsack.
Nick Rapsack comes to the plate. He's the right fielder. Batting from the right side of the plate. A couple of practice cuts before he steps in. Pitcher's ready, gives the ball a good rub down. Get some of that moist dirt off of it. He steps in from the stretch. There's the first offering of the bottom of the 5th. And it's a line drive down the third base line that's scooped up on one hop by the third baseman, fires over to first base. One pitch, one out.
At bat number 11, Alan Pennington.
You can see on the replay, it's a nice cut.
Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom,
Now batting, Alex Pennington. Steps in. First pitch a little bit high, ball 1. There's a grounder to the shortstop who scoops it up, fires over to first base. Routine play, beats him by 2 steps. So 3 pitches, 2 outs.
At bat number 5, Carter Rapsack.
Carter Rapsack steps in to bat, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Breaking ball goes outside. Carter is the center fielder who made that awesome catch to end the last half inning. Swings a little bit early on that one. That changeup comes in after all those high velocity pitches. Changeup comes in and you're way ahead of it. 0-2 count. That looked close. You can hear in the background one side of the ballpark thinks that was a strike. The other side doesn't say anything. They're content with it being a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a slow rolling grounder down the third baseline. He's got enough speed to dig it out, and the ball is thrown in the dirt. It goes out of play. The runner advances to second base. He's awarded second base as the ball goes out of play through the water. So the hopes of Newton Falls scoring this half inning stay alive. Cameron Huff comes to the plate with a runner at second base. These umpires have done a nice job with the game tonight. Big lead at second. First pitch comes in, that's that breaking ball, but it comes in low for ball 1. Next pitch is a fastball that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. That lead at second was getting bigger and bigger. They try and fake the runner out by having the shortstop cover him, and then the shortstop backs off and the second baseman comes in. Pitcher spins, no throw as the runner gets back. They're watching it again. There's the pitch, and that's a strike. snap throw, awesome play by the catcher, just not quite in time to get the runner at second base as he takes that big lead, but gets back by less than an inch. He's threatening to steal again, distracting the pitcher. There's a pitch that's high, and it's a line drive right over the fans on the first base side. That's how folks get hurt at the ballpark. New ball goes in, pitcher rubs it down. Cameron Huff digs in and is playing back a little deeper in the box as he watches for that breaking ball again. 3-2 full count. There is the third strike called. That ball came in a little high. But strike three it is, stranding yet another runner for the Newton Falls Tigers. As we go to the top of the sixth inning, the score Labrae 8, Newton Falls 0. Now batting for the Labrae Vikings, number 4, Dylan Simpson. In the top of the sixth inning. First pitch is a strike. Grounder down the third baseline. It pops over the third base bag, and it is fair. Big grounding of first base. He was ready to go, but the throw gets in from the left fielder to the shortstop, holding the runner at first. So the leadoff runner on for the Vikings. Now coming to the plate, Ashton Dunbar. Dunbar watches the first pitch go in for a strike. Runners going. There's the throw from the catcher. It gets past the second baseman and is past the shortstop as well. Scooped up by the center fielder. Backing up on the play, holding the runner at second. One ball, one strike, as that pitch was a little high. As is the third pitch, making it 2-1. Two balls, one strike, nobody out. Runner at second takes a big lead. There's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball came in a little slower on the changeup. Dunbar swinging early, trying to hold up. The 2-2 count. Batter asks for time. It is granted. Runner goes back and tags at second. There's the pitch. Comes in high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dunbar in, ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Takes ball 4, putting a runner at first base, which was vacant.
Hey! 24 for 2. We'll re-enter.
Dunbar comes out of the game. Number 24 for Labrae is put in as a pinch runner at first base. Now batting is number 3, that's Kobe Erwick. Kobe stands in. Shows bunt. The runner at second was halfway. He was in front of the shortstop, halfway to third. No one is holding him. This would be a good spot for a bunt. Not on that pitch, though. That was over his head. 2 balls, no strikes. That was a pass ball, so both runners will advance. The batter squared to bunt, but the ball was pitched inside. It almost hit him. In order to get out of the way, he could not pull the bat back. That goes as a strike. It looks as though he offered, even though he didn't intend to. That's strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. First base is now open. He'll be swinging away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No need for a sacrifice bunt. When first base is open, they accomplish their goal on that pass ball as both runners advance. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Comes in high and inside. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. Now batting is number 12, that's Davidson. As Riley Davidson comes to the plate. He sets up in the left-hander's batter's box. Takes the first pitch high, ball 1. Pitch is outside for ball 2. Outside corner is grazed for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Davidson is the first baseman for the Vikings. He hits that ball. It goes straight up. Shallow infield. The shortstop calls for it, makes the catch, looks the runners back at second and third. Hands the ball back to the pitcher. There are now 2 outs. That'll take a lot of pressure off of the pitcher, so he doesn't have to worry about those runners scoring. We can just work on the 3rd out. Another left-hander steps to the plate. There's the pitch, a little bit high. Hot, the batter, the right fielder. Takes the second pitch, holds off on that swing. That was close. That ball outside for the second ball. 2 balls. And there is a long fly ball to right center field. The center fielder is backing under it. He makes the catch for the 3rd out. Takes a rough inning for that pitcher as the beginning of the inning saw a couple of runners get to base, but nobody scores. As we go into the bottom of the 6th inning, the Vikings have 18 hits and 8 runs. The Tigers have 11 hits and no runs. This is their opportunity to come back.
It was laying on top of you.
At number 27, Ethan Powell.
Well, you hear that Baby Shark music. That lets you know that Ethan Powell, the freshman, is coming to the plate. Number 27, he's a right-hander. He's a catcher for the Tigers. Takes the first pitch, hits it hard down the third base line. Third baseman picks it up, bobbles it, throws hard, and it overthrows the first baseman going out of play. So Powell ends up at second base, which is a great way for the Tigers to start off the bottom of the sixth inning with a runner at second, nobody out. Now batting Labrae, number 3. He's the third baseman, and they wait for the first base coach, who also apparently doubles as an equipment manager, to take all kinds of pads from Powell at second base. Powell is always a threat to steal. You can tell that as the second baseman moves in to hold him tight. The shortstop moves in, and they throw, and the ball goes into center field. But because he dove back into the bag, he was in no position to advance to third. Labrae does a nice job of faking out the runner. Second baseman shows that he's going to cover the bag, and then he backs off, and the shortstop sneaks in behind the runner. There's a nice curveball for a strike. Labrae steps back in, 0-1 count. Shortstop covers, there's the throw. Oh, and they picked him off at second base. Third base coach now calls time and asks the home plate umpire to appeal the call. You can hear the umpire as he explains that's a judgment call, like a ball or a strike, safe, out. He cannot overrule the infield umpire. So, 0-1 count with 1 out, nobody on. Batter calls time, steps out of the box. There's that replay. Can't quite see. It does look like he got back in time, but that is a judgment call, and sometimes you just have to eat those. Coach Rakin was right to ask for the appeal, but the umpire, it's within his jurisdiction to deny it. This pitch comes in a little bit high. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes. The throw definitely beat the runner, but I'm not sure the tag beat the runner. That's what matters, but what ultimately matters is the call. There's a foul ball back to the screen. It's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the pitch. I'm not sure how Labrae was able to hold up on that pitch. It looked like a good pitch, but it was called a ball. So 2-2. And a swing and a shot down the first base line that goes foul. Count remains 2-2. Still with the 1 out. Batter asking for time. Umpire does not grant it. Pitcher shakes off a couple of pitches. There's a pitch. It's a fastball, and that foul ball, long fly ball down the third base line that goes out of play. A lot of wet balls tonight, so the umpire has no spare balls. I think they've returned a wet ball to the pitcher. You can see him trying to dry it off. That'll make the ball move a little funny if it's wet on one side, as Gaylord Perry, the spitballer from the Cleveland Indians back in the 70s, would tell you. Here's a pitch. It looked like a good pitch from the side, but from the rear you can see that that ball travels inside and is off the plate. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Labrae stands in for the deciding pitch, and it's a curveball that breaks. He fouls it off to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the full count offering to Labrae. Well, pitcher steps off the rubber. They start the count again. 3-2. That's ball 4. And that puts the runner at first base.
At bat number 32, Trevor Rusco.
Trevor Rusco now the batter. Steps to the plate with a runner at first. The first pitch is a strike. They look the runner back at first. Doesn't seem to be a big threat. There's the windup in the pitch. The runner goes, and the ball is hit between the shortstop and the third baseman and rolls all the way to the left fielder. Runners advance to first and second. Had the runner at second not been picked off, he likely would have scored on that hit. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, I suppose. Number 50 is Litz. Comes to the plate. Here's the third baseman now. Sets up, ready to go with runners at first and second. The shortstop cheats in, and the throw is offline. Back to the pitcher it goes. The runners are safe all around. Not sure what the umpire was talking about there, but there was a warning, something about clearing the fence, so, or clearing the bench, I'm not sure. Looked like he gave a warning to the Newton Falls bench. That was the umpire, the infield umpire, not the plate umpire. Not sure what that was. Runners at first and second, 1-0 count. Shortstop comes in. No chance, but he swings and misses at the offering. Evens the count at 1-1. The runner at second taking a big lead, and the shortstop is right there. That's Labrae. Shortstop's right there, but the pitcher ignores him. Throw strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner looks to go, but the pitcher gets a called strike 3. Runners remain at first and second. Now batting is the Newton Falls pitcher, Owen Gazda. Owen takes his spot in the right-hander's batter's box, fighting the sun that's coming over the first base dugout right into his face. He looks off to the pitcher, takes the first pitch for a called strike. With 2 outs, the runners will likely be a little more conservative with their lead. They're down by 8. You can't get 8 runs on 1 hit, so. He swings at a high pitch. Makes the count 0-2. The runner goes. The ball is hit towards second. The second baseman scoops it up, gets the force at second, and that ends the inning. The score at the end of 6 innings is Newton Falls 0 and their guest, the Labrae Vikings, 8. Newton Falls catcher throws down to end the warm-up pitches. You'll see the Newton Falls coach and the home plate umpire have been having a discussion for about 1.5 minutes or so. A lot of gesturing, no raised voices. Seems to be calm, smiles all around. I think they're still talking about that pickoff play at second base. I think the plate umpire's content to not have a discussion at all. Well, now batting for the Labrae Vikings is number 14. Goldner takes the first pitch, grounds it to third base. Third baseman throws, and it's a big stretch by the first baseman to catch that ball and get him out. Nice job all around. So Goldner out on one pitch. That certainly helps the effort of Newton Falls pitching. Fewer pitches you throw, the longer you can go. Next up is Brogan Collins. Brogan represents the top of the order for Labrae. That pitch comes in a little, let's call it high and tight as it comes in right at his head. He manages to get out of the way and shares a little laugh with the catcher, then gets some revenge by popping a ball to the center fielder on one hop, which makes him safe at first base. Now batting Boone. Owen Boone comes to the plate. And pitcher's looking for a dry ball. I guess we'll tell him good luck. Northeast Ohio baseball in early to mid-April is fraught with problems like balls hit into puddles, and that's true at every level, but the supply of balls versus the major leagues is very different. There's a bunt down the third baseline, a nice sacrifice bunt, but he almost beats the throw, and the runner comes into third. The ball is thrown, it's overthrown, it's out of play. The runner gets home. So on that sacrifice bunt, that was a great effort by the batter as he dove into first base, trying to make, that was a close play, but he was forced out rather, at first base. The throw from first to third was poor, rushed, goes out of play, so the runner automatically advances a base, and he's just hops and jumps and jogs right into home, making the score 9-zip. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch is high and inside for a ball. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. This is Kaiser, the batter. Kaiser swings at a high pitch, probably out of the strike zone, but he fouls it back to the screen. 1-2 the count. Kaiser steps back in, readies his bat, takes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, that's 3 outs. But the Vikings put one more run on the board to make it 9-zip over the Tigers as we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Now batting number 1 for the Newton Falls Tigers, it's Nick Rapsack, the senior. Waiting on the umpires to take their positions. Rapsack steps into the batter's box. And readies as the pitch comes. Pops up the first pitch that goes to shallow right field. The right fielder comes in and makes the catch for, once again, one pitch, one out. Alex Pennington now comes to the plate as a junior. He's number 11. He is the DH for the Tigers. With one out, he awaits the first pitch. Tries to hold up but can't, and the umpire says he did go around. That's strike one. Second pitch is a ball, 1-1 the count. Here's the third pitch. That comes in low, 2 balls, 1 strike. There is a ball skied to deep center field, and it bounces off the fence. It comes the throw to second base. It's offline just a tad, and that's enough for a double for Alex Pennington. Does his job as the DH, gets on base. Nobody at first, so the force out is taken away. Now batting number 5, Carter Rapsack. Now Carter steps in with a runner in scoring position at second and only 1 out. Rapsack swings and misses at the first offering. Strike one. He watches the second pitch come in, and it's a called strike, 0-2. And the third pitch is also watched, and that's a called strike 3. So 2 outs. Cameron Huff, the batter. The left fielder. Number 22 comes in with the score 9-0 and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. They need Huff to hit here to stay alive. There's the windup in the 1-0 pitch. He holds up for ball 2. 2-0 the count. There is another well-hit ball to deep right center field. It falls in for a hit. The runner scores. The throw comes in to second base. It is another double. So the Tigers have waited until the last possible moment to have a little rally, but looks to me like the Labrae Vikings would plan on putting a stop to that rally. Timeout is called. Their coach goes out to the mound for a little discussion here. They've got the entire infield crowded around pitcher's mound with the coach. Heaven only knows what they're discussing, but the umpires are approaching to tell them to wrap it up, which they do. Now with runners at second base only. No count on this batter. Ethan Powell takes his spot in the batter's box. Here's the first pitch. It comes in as a strike. McCartney, the pitcher, throws the second pitch that goes outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Looks back at the runner at second. Focuses on the batter. Ground ball to the third baseman. Fires over to first base. Makes the third out. And that ends the rally for the Tigers. It also ends the game. The final score, Labrae Vikings 9, the Newton Falls Tigers 1. A well-played game by both sides, well umpired, excellent coaching, and let's hear it for our crew.
That's why I was confused.
Another great game in the books. Once again, my name is Eric Thompson. Can't thank you enough. The Newton Falls High School baseball production crew did a great job, as did both teams, and we will see you tomorrow, provided it doesn't rain. No rain, no rain. Bring your umbrellas, folks. We'd like to get this game in, rain or shine, tomorrow, and we will catch you with another great Newton Falls baseball action. We're signed off, guys. Thank you very much.